Welcome back to the channel, football fans. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is beginning to heat up, and today we have a blockbuster Group D showdown that could dramatically reshape the tournament picture. All roads lead to Seattle, Washington, where two unbeaten teams collide under the bright lights of Lumen Field. The United States and Australia both enter this match with 3 points already secured, knowing that another victory would place one foot firmly in the knockout stages. This is more than just another group stage game. This is a battle for momentum, a battle for confidence, and potentially a battle for first place in Group D. With qualification within touching distance, neither side can afford to waste this opportunity. Every tackle, every pass, and every decision could have enormous consequences. For the United States, the pressure is unlike anything this generation has experienced before. Hosting a FIFA World Cup comes with expectations, excitement, and immense responsibility. Millions of American fans have waited years for this moment, dreaming of seeing their national team compete on home soil against the very best nations in the world. The opening match against Paraguay provided exactly the start supporters were hoping for. The Mauricio Pochettino era could hardly have asked for a better introduction to World Cup football. The Americans stormed to an emphatic 4-1 victory, overwhelming Paraguay with aggressive pressing, intelligent movement, and relentless attacking intensity. Folarin Balogun was the star of the show, scoring twice and constantly causing problems for the Paraguayan defense. Christian Pulisic looked dangerous every time he touched the ball, while the midfield controlled the tempo from start to finish. It was the kind of performance that instantly changed perceptions. Before the tournament began, many analysts viewed the United States as a talented but inconsistent side. After one match, the conversation shifted toward whether this team could become a genuine contender. The confidence around the squad has grown significantly, but the challenge facing them today may be entirely different. Australia will not give them the same spaces that Paraguay allowed. In many ways, this matchup represents the ultimate tactical test for Pochettino's system. The American manager has built his team around intensity. His philosophy demands constant movement, relentless pressure, and aggressive transitions. The United States wants to force mistakes high up the pitch and quickly turn defense into attack. When executed properly, it is a devastating style capable of overwhelming opponents. However, maintaining that level of energy throughout a World Cup is incredibly difficult. The physical demands are enormous, and there are already concerns surrounding key players. Christian Pulisic suffered a minor calf issue during the opening match, creating anxiety among supporters. Although medical staff remain optimistic and reports suggest he will be available, managing his workload could become a major storyline throughout the tournament. Pochettino knows that one injury to a key player can completely alter a World Cup campaign. Meanwhile, across the field stands an Australian side that thrives when nobody believes in them. The Socceroos arrived at this tournament carrying far fewer expectations than the host nation. Many questioned whether Tony Popovic's bold decisions would pay off. The Australian manager made headlines by placing his faith in youth and moving away from several experienced veterans who had formed the backbone of previous World Cup squads. It was a gamble, a huge gamble. But after Australia's opening match against Turkey, those decisions suddenly looked inspired. The statistics from that game were astonishing. Australia spent much of the match defending. Turkey dominated possession and fired shot after shot toward goal. By the final whistle, the Turkish side had registered around 30 attempts. Yet despite all that pressure, Australia walked away with a stunning 2-0 victory. How? Because they defended with extraordinary discipline. Goalkeeper Patrick Beach delivered one of the standout performances of the tournament, making crucial saves whenever called upon. In front of him, Harry Souttar organized the defensive line brilliantly, blocking passing lanes, winning aerial battles, and ensuring that Turkey rarely found clear-cut opportunities. It was a masterclass in resilience. Australia showed that football matches are not won by possession statistics. They are won by concentration, organization, and taking chances when they appear. That victory transformed the entire outlook of Group D. Instead of arriving in Seattle as underdogs hoping to survive, Australia now arrives with genuine belief. Another positive result would put them in a fantastic position to advance. and they know that the pressure rests firmly on American shoulders. Tactically, this match presents a fascinating clash of contrasting philosophies. The United States wants to attack. Australia wants to frustrate. The Americans will likely dominate possession from the opening whistle. Tyler Adams will sit at the base of midfield, acting as both the defensive shield and the first point of attack. Weston McKennie and Malik Tillman will look to push forward and create opportunities between Australia's defensive lines. On the wings, Christian Pulisic and Serginho Dest will attempt to stretch the Australian defense, creating space for Balogun to exploit in central areas. Expect wave after wave of American attacks. But breaking down Australia will be easier said than done. The Socceroos are expected to defend in a compact shape, often with 5 players across the back line. Their objective will be simple: deny space, force the United States into wide areas, and remain patient. Every clearance, every interception, and every block shot will build confidence. And when Australia wins the ball back, they possess a dangerous weapon capable of changing the game in an instant. Nestory Irankunda. The young winger's pace is absolutely explosive. Few players in world football can accelerate as quickly as he can. If the American fullbacks push too far forward in search of a breakthrough, Irankunda could find himself racing into open space with devastating consequences. Alongside him, Mohamed Tour provides strength, physicality, and an outlet for counterattacks. Together, they offer Australia a genuine threat despite spending long periods without possession. One area that could ultimately decide this contest is the midfield battle. If Tyler Adams successfully controls the central areas and prevents Australia from launching quick transitions, the United States should be able to sustain pressure and create opportunities. However, if Australia can disrupt Adams and win second balls through Paul Okonengsler and Aidan O'Neill, suddenly the game changes. A single turnover in midfield could unleash a counterattack that catches the Americans completely off guard. That is what makes this matchup so intriguing. One team wants chaos, the other wants control. One team wants possession, the other wants patience. One team wants to dominate, the other wants to survive and strike at exactly the right moment. Beyond the tactical battle, there is also the emotional significance of this occasion. For the United States, this tournament represents the culmination of years of development. Players like Pulisic, McKennie, Adams, and Balogun have spent years competing in some of Europe's biggest leagues. They are no longer viewed as promising prospects. They are expected to deliver results. This World Cup is their opportunity to leave a lasting legacy. For Australia, the story's different. Their journey is built on resilience, unity, and belief. They may not possess the same level of star power, but they have repeatedly shown that determination and teamwork can overcome individual talent. That spirit was evident throughout their victory over Turkey, and it will be tested once again in Seattle. As kickoff draws closer, the atmosphere inside Lumen Field continues to build. American supporters are filling the stands, creating a sea of red, white, and blue. Every cheer grows louder. Every chant becomes more passionate. The anticipation is reaching fever pitch. Yet Australia's traveling supporters remain confident. They have seen their team defy expectations before. They believe another surprise could be waiting. So now the stage is set. Will the United States continue their impressive start and announce themselves as serious contenders on home soil? Can Pochettino's relentless pressing system break down one of the tournament's most disciplined defensive units? Or will Australia's resilience, organization, and counterattacking threat produce another unforgettable World Cup upset? The pressure is immense. The stakes are enormous. The knockout stage is within reach. And 90 minutes of football could change everything. Stay tuned, because Group D is